Justin Hire and I'm a classical guitarist.
I'm David Major. I'm a freelance music teacher from Leeds, recently graduated from Huddersfield University. I'm a pianist.
I'm Lydia Hepworth and I'm a postgraduate performance student at Trinity. I'm studying the classical guitar and I also teach for the Lewisham Music Service. I teach ukulele.
When you're at a conservatoire, you're surrounded by people giving you guidance and creating a structure for your progression. And you leave the institution, you have your degree, you have your qualification, and of course suddenly there's no one but yourself to create that structure, that forward momentum.
So I left the University of Leeds in 2007 with a music and English degree, and just through some people that I knew managed to get a job at the Leeds Music Service, Art Forms. 2 years later I moved to Northamptonshire and started working for the Northamptonshire Music Service and Milton Keynes Music Service. And then I realised all I was doing was teaching and no performing, and that had never really been the intention, even though I love teaching, love working with small children. So I thought I'll come back and do my Masters at Trinity to try and actually combine teaching with some aspect of performing and other sort of ways of making money through music.
I graduated last year and I tried to start working as a musician before I graduated. So some of my teaching work, for example, I was already doing whilst I was a student at Trinity. But having graduated, obviously I've been looking for more work. I've been doing more session recording than I was able to do at Trinity, because obviously you've got the flexibility with time. But it's still something that I'm trying to build up.
I've been teaching since I was 17, doing little bits of private teaching, informal arrangement, and I've kind of built it up from there. I sent out CVs to schools and gradually building things up bit by bit. I have a very much portfolio career rather than one main chunk of work.
I'm doing a lot of things with smaller children, whole class ukulele teaching, and also working with refugee children in Lewisham, running guitar clubs. And then in terms of performing, with the guitar it's often a solo instrument obviously, but that's a lot of weddings and functions, the odd church concert and that kind of thing. But I'm also playing with a flamenco group and with my duo partner who's a violinist.
I guess it comes down to your ability to meet people and to seek out opportunities, because they're not as well advertised as you might like to think they would be. So it's important to know where you're likely to come across a teaching post being advertised, how to go about applying for it, and the like. And the more people you know, the more the phone is likely to ring.